Hello and welcome back to Open. I'm your host, Cristina Pagan. On July 27th, our very own Baron Ambrosia of Bronx Flavor will make history as the first person on record to swim the length of the Bronx. We are pleased he could join us today to share more about his historic expedition. Welcome.
Christina, great to see you.
Great to see you. You look, I was telling you, you look a little toned down. It's too hot for all those layers.
It's hot, I got to be agile, I got to be nimble, just staying loose.
Is that why you're going to jump in the river, because it's hot?
The river's not too cold either.
Oh,
Particular areas definitely have an unusual warmth to them.
So how did this get started? What brought this to mind?
I'm a member of the Explorers Club, and one thing, it's important is always to be out exploring, doing new things, and kind of giving the message for others to explore as well. And we had set up some expeditions for the summer. There were some challenging ones, and I said, why don't we do something local as well? And, I'm a big fan of the Bronx River, and I love what the Bronx River Alliance has done to kind of make it more accessible to the public over the past, few years. And I said, I wonder if anyone's ever swam the river. I'd canoed and kayaked it a few times and walked it. And I called up the Bronx Historical Society, and they said, we don't have any evidence that anyone has actually done that, swam the length of the Bronx. And I said, well, I guess it is my duty to do so. And so I started, I got back in the pool and started, training really hard and very excited to be doing it this Saturday.
And you were talking off camera, you said that there's no specific rules, it's not like a triathlon.
I mean, like I said, I'm making the rules as I go. It's just about my body in the water from Nearwood Avenue in Yonkers to the end of Soundview Park and Soundview Lagoon. So there are areas like, there's areas that are very, very nice, very clean, and then there's other areas where you're dealing with the tides and you've got a skim boom that collects the garbage, and that's more near where Cement Park is. And so depending on the tides, the garbage will really spread out. So if the garbage is really heavy and I don't have my face in the water, I'll use a little kickboard or something and just kick along until I get past the skim boom. So it's not a triathlon. It's not like I'm competing with anybody. It's not a race. So we're going to do it at our own pace. We might stop at a few places, say hi to some people. It's Bronx River Day at the Bronx River Houses. If we have time, we'll stop in there. And so it will be me swimming the Bronx River, certainly, but it's not by any means a race, and there are quite a few waterfalls on the river, which a lot of people don't know about, and those are portages, where you actually have to take your boat out, the canoes that'll be with me have to take out and walk past the waterfalls to get back in, and obviously I'll be portaging my body as well, instead of just, taking the waterfalls full speed.
Taking those dives.
Exactly.
Do you have any other apprehensions about this trip?
I have no apprehensions really about anything. But it's always fun to see other people's apprehensions, and everyone's certainly a little concerned about the cleanliness of the water and about me getting sick. And, I have a supernatural constitution of sorts, but I am taking certain precautions. I went to my doctor Monday and got a Hep A shot and got a new tetanus shot. And I visited the great Baba Roots at Sundial on Boston Road, who gave me a number of kind of herbal remedies to fortify myself, like, bissy and bitter kola nut. Every day I've been drinking a strong back and cayenne pepper tonic, which is just kind of giving me the strength. And, I'll smear my body with shea butter and coconut oil to kind of close up the pores. Just as precautions, not because I'm really worried, just because we don't, you don't really have time to get sick. I got a busy schedule, but I was in the water all day yesterday for 7 hours. I love to swim over by Gun Hill Road, late at night after a night of partying. We have a river right here.
Right.
And what's better than, taking off your clothes and hopping in a refreshing river with beautiful architecture all around you.
Right. So what are you going to be wearing? Are you just going to be you in swim trunks, or is it going to be a suit?
I put on my first Speedo that I've worn in about 15 years yesterday, and it's an interesting sight, and that'll be at the bottom of everything. I'm not sure if anyone wants to see that, but on top of that, I'll be having what they call a shorty wetsuit, and it's just a wetsuit with no sleeves, and that'll enable me to kind of keep moving. The first part of the river, the first 3 miles, is very shallow, so I'm going to really have to be kind of just trekking that through the water with good water shoes on, and then right in the middle of like the Bronx Zoo, you have something called the Bronx River Lake, and that's where it kind of gets a little deeper, and you can go into a full swim. Anywhere where it does get deep enough swim, obviously that's what I'll be doing. And probably when we get out to near where Hunts Point is, that's where we're really going to be dealing with the currents and some really deep water. I might put on a full wetsuit at that point, and and I'll be wearing goggles and a swim cap, just to kind of keep
your hair
just to keep it all under control. Because as you're swimming, everything just starts coming out and going in your face. It's very distracting. But yeah, we'll definitely be wearing goggles, and if there's something really interesting underwater, I want to see like a sunken car, I'll put on a mask, and go. Like I said, we're exploring at the same time. It's not like, oh, we got to get. Oh, if there's a tunnel and something unusual we haven't noticed before, if we have time, we'll take out.
Are you taking a camera underwater with you?
Yeah, we'll have a few GoPros. We'll have a few of our, camera folks in kayaks getting some above water. Heck from the Zulu Nation had said he's going to get some shots from land as we're going by. And probably the most exciting part is that everyone is invited, and we're swimming all the way. I wanted to get out at Soundview Park, but there's nowhere really place to park close enough to the water where it's like, oh, park here and then walk to the water. You have to kind of navigate your way through the park. I thought it'd be easier for people. Harding Park is right past that, Little Puerto Rico, the legendary Little Puerto Rico. There's a spot called Soundview Lagoon. If you go on Google and you follow the Bronx River to the end, you'll see this looks like a little inlet right past Soundview Park. That's where we're going to be, on the corner of Cornell Avenue and Bronx River Avenue. And it goes straight to the water. Folks will be there hanging out. I said, bring a blanket, bring something to drink, something to eat, bring your family. And right around, the tides change at 7:15, which means that the East River is going to push into the Bronx River, and the river's essentially going to go backwards, making it very, very difficult